just at least until they found me. Stay close, dear. The note on the floor says I wish that you were here. I never thought it'd feel this good to quit. Failure tastes so sweet. I'm not.
This is it. The main event of Backlash. And here's the #1 contender who just so happens to moonlight as Raw's interim general manager. You'd think his last name was Gagne. It's disgusting that Triple H would abuse his power like this. But given his track record, I shouldn't be surprised.
Look, JR, who made Triple H general manager in the first place? Mr. McMahon. Who built the WWE into the empire it is today? Mr. McMahon. And who signs your paychecks?
Mr. McMahon, unfortunately.
Right. So if Mr. McMahon puts his trust in Triple H as general manager, then you should too. You're lucky that he's on vacation right now and not backstage listening to all your negativity. There's only so many times you can be fired and come back, you know.
I call them like I see them. And if Mr. McMahon has a problem with that, he knows what it finds.
Don't you forget there's a price you can pay. 'Cause I am the game and I want to play.
Can you imagine preparing for a WWE title match when you don't even know who your opponent's going to be? Triple H has had weeks to scout the champion, but the WWE champion didn't even consider Triple H as a contender until last Monday.
It might not be the ideal situation for going into a title match, but that comes with being the WWE champion. You gotta be ready for anything. If you're not, you won't be holding the title for long.
In case you forgot or fell off, I'm still hot, knock your shell off. My money stacked fat, plus I can't turn the swell off. A franchise doing big business, I live this, it's automatic. I win this, so you hear those horns, you finish. A soldier, and I stay under you fighting, cause I'm storming on you chumps like I'm thunder and lightning. Ain't no way you breaking me, kid, I'm harder than nails. Plus I keep it on lock like I'm part of the jam. Starting stale competition, I got the whole block wishing they get born with my division, but they gone fishing with no bait. Kid your boy hold weight, I got my soul straight. I brush your mouth like Colgate. In any weather, I'm never better. Your boy's so hot, you never catch me in the next man's sweater. If they hate, let them hate. I drop in a whole clan. Lay your ass down for the 3-second tan. Your time is up, my time is now.
I tell you, King, sometimes I get exhausted just watching these superstars compete.
I know what you mean, JR. I don't think most people appreciate what incredible athletes these WWE superstars really are.
You've got to have some excellent conditioning to be able to do what they do.
Well, that's the name of the game, JR. You gotta keep moving. No dog ever peed on a moving car.
Oh, that's a lovely answer, King. I'd ask you where you come up with this stuff, but I don't think I want to know, quite frankly. That went nowhere. And here's the pin! Boy, this John Cena sure is one of the most exciting young prospects in all of WWE.
Oh, come on, JR. John Cena's a thug. You know it. I know it. And all of these people know it. It makes me sick that he's a...
The submission has been expertly applied, and now it's just a matter of time.
That's right, JR. You've either got to break the hold or get broken by it. I've been looking... Oh, man. I've been in this hole before, JR. This brings back some bad memories.
I can understand why, King. I can't even imagine the pain being inflicted here.
I think these superstars are getting some feedback from the crowd, JR.
Nothing wrong with that, King. That's what we like to hear.
I've got to say, JR, I'm really impressed by what we've seen here tonight.
How could you not be, King? These are some of the finest athletes in all of sports entertainment.
I know that, JR. I'm just saying that this has been a great match so far.
It has indeed, King. And I think it's only going to get better from here on out.
I think Triple H might be the greatest superstar of his generation. I think that in the future, superstars are going to talk about Triple H the way superstars from Triple H's generation talk about Ric Flair.
The idea that Triple H might potentially become a role model to the next generation turns my stomach, King. I hope the hell you're wrong.
Hope all you want, JR, but you know I'm right. Triple H has accomplished too much in his career to be called anything but a legend. You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars have been going after each other.
They're not playing with kid gloves, that's for sure.
We knew we were going to see a heck of a match, but this might turn out to be... No. Go ahead and say it, JR.
All right, I will. I think this one's got all the makings of a bona fide slaughter.
These superstars sure aren't going easy on each other here tonight. This is a mistake, JR. Everyone knows that overconfidence costs superstars matches.
That might be true, King, but all I see is a very confident superstar. That might be true, King, but all I see is a very confident superstar who's got everything going his way.
I'm not sure I agree with what the crowd is chanting, JR, but I guess it's their right.
You're damn right it is. It comes with the price of admission. There aren't many superstars as There aren't many superstars as diversely talented as John Cena. He's as good in the ring as he is on the microphone, and that's saying something.
I won't argue with you about Cena's mic skills. He sure can't talk a good game. But when it comes right down to it, I don't think he can back it up. The quickest way to lose a match is to underestimate your opponent.
I don't think he's underestimating anyone. I think he's making it clear that he refuses to be intimidated.
You know, JR, I racked my brains trying to think of a single flaw in Triple H, and I couldn't come up with anything. It's like he said, he really is the only diamond in this business.
I bet I can help you out there, King. He's arrogant. He's selfish and self-centered. He'll sacrifice anyone and anything to get what he wants. He's completely untrustworthy.
Whoa. Hold on there, JR. I know you and the game have some personal history with each other, but that's no excuse to try to diminish his accomplishments.
I'd never try to do that. There's no doubt that Triple H has reached a level in this business that few others have, if anyone at all. But that doesn't excuse his actions. What good is it to be the best superstar on the roster if you're the worst human being on the face of the earth?
That's just your perspective, JR. But history's written by the winners. I'd change my tune if I were you. Unless, of course, you want to go down in the books as being stupid enough to talk trash about Triple H.
I'll reverse it. Can he capitalize on it? Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Oh, really? Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard.
You're not going to win a match by insulting your opponent.
No, but having a crowd behind you can certainly get the adrenaline. Well, you can't ever accuse the WWE fans of being shy about saying what's on their minds.
You sure can't, JR. And I don't think we'd have it any other way.
These superstars are going to put each other through wrestling hell tonight.
They've already got a pretty good start on that, JR.
They have indeed, King. I don't think there's an ounce of quit between them.
Yeah, and that's where things get dangerous. If you're too proud to admit that it's not your night, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
But at the same time, King, no one makes it up the ladder without pushing themselves to the very... Look at the confidence radiating off this superstar.
All I see is an overconfident superstar who's throwing away the match by not following up. You can look at any professional sport you want, JR, and you won't find more incredible athletes than the WWE superstars.
You're not wrong, King. They compete every week until they are physically incapable of continuing. There's no off-season in the WWE.
We're not talking about running a ball down a field or slapping a puck into a net. This is serious physical competition.
It sure is. The toughest athletes in the world are on the WWE roster, and that's a fact.
This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks...
I think I know who's gonna win this one. Boy, this... Look at this, JR. Can you imagine Smackdown putting on a match half as good as this?
No disrespect.
These superstars are putting on a great match so far, JR. But if they drop the ball, these fans will let them hear about it.
I don't think that's going to happen, King. These competitors know that their paychecks come straight from the WWE fans. They're not going to let them down.
Yeah, but if they don't keep the fans happy...
If wishes were vicious, the world would be an ocean. But that's not the case now, is it?
I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's gonna go, JR.
From my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that that would be no easy feat. Sounds like this crowd's got something on their minds, King.
Who cares about them, JR? Look what's going on in the ring.
He's got his opponent in position. I think he's going for it.
No, it can't be. Not the FU. Boy, this John Cena is his own biggest fan. How come all of these rappers can't talk about anything except how great he's a 3 count away from a pinfall? Except how great they are.
I don't think there's anything.
I don't know if his opponent has what it takes to kick out. Except how great they are.
He's got his opponent in a pending predicament.
Except how great they are.
I don't think they're... And now a pin. This could be it.
Except how great they are.
I don't think they're...
He's a 3 count away from a pinfall.
When I look at Triple H, it's lost opportunities. He's so talented and so intelligent, and he could have made such a positive impact on the business. Instead, he decided that he's got his opponent locked in a submission hold.
We can see his tap out right here, JR.
And there it goes. The submission is locked in.
Oh my gosh! He might make his opponent tap right here. I think we're going to find out just how much punishment the human body can withstand here tonight.
I think you're right, King. These superstars seem intent on taking each other to the limit.
I love that attitude, JR. Go big or go home.
Well, these superstars sure aren't going home until this match is settled. Up the turnbuckle he goes. I hope he knows what he's doing. I think this crowd has decided to exercise their right of free speech.
God bless the First Amendment, JR. I think I know who's going to win this match, but I don't want to say. I'm afraid I'll jinx it.
Come on, King. Don't tell me you're superstitious.
Of course not, JR. I'm not superstitious because I know that that's unlucky. This has gone beyond just being a match, JR. I think these superstars genuinely hate each other.
There's no love lost between these competitors, that's for sure. If looks could kill, somebody would be pushing up daisies right now.
And you've got to admit, that makes for a much more interesting match, JR.
It sure does. But I just hope these superstars can settle their differences in the ring and leave it at that.
Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
The referee is out, King. Will we see someone take advantage?
I'd be disappointed in them if they didn't, JR. This is a great opportunity. Listen to the crowd, JR. I think they've got something to say to these superstars.
And if they're smart, they'll listen. Remember, without these fans, these superstars are out of a job.
It looks like they've slowed the match down a little. And I think that's some good strategy right there.
It certainly is. I'm sure they're well acquainted with the old expression, fools rush in.
Is that why you always seem to be in such a hurry?
Oh my! Looks like someone's been busted wide open. This can't be good.
You're right. It's not good. It's great. They're not holding anything back.
We knew these superstars weren't going to be easy on each other, but this is too much.
These superstars are beating the heck out of each other. And this crowd can't get enough of it.
It's what they paid to see, King, and they're getting their money's worth tonight.
They sure are, JR. There's no question these superstars are earning their paycheck. So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King, I have absolutely no idea. Anything can happen here in the WWE.
But you got to have a guess, right?
I might, but I'd rather keep it to myself. It's all the same to you, King.
Oh, boy. These fans have got something on their minds, JR.
Well, they paid for their tickets, King, and they've got a right to say whatever they want.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's gonna go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusions.
Well, judging from the shape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King. You're looking pretty fit, though, I must say.
I don't think these superstars have any intention of taking it easy on each other tonight.
That's not what they signed up for, King. And quite frankly, I I think these fans would be disappointed if they didn't go all out.
That's easy for the fans to say. They've never set foot inside that ring.
No, but they spend their hard-earned dollars to watch what goes on inside. And with all reality shows, this capacity crowd is making their opinions known tonight.
They sure are, JR, and I love to hear it. This match has the potential to be an instant classic, and I think these fans are too... I don't care how tough you are, JR. No one can take this kind of pain for long.
You're absolutely right, King. We see many superstars tap out to this very hole.
Boy, it's obvious these superstars have done their homework on each other.
They sure have. And this is one hell of an exam.
Let's hope it's not their final exam, JR. I'd love to see them go at it again.
Well, if I think the fans have their way, you'll get your wish, King. And that is not the position you want to be.
There's all sorts of crazy stuff under the ring, and all of it can inflict a lot of damage on an opponent. Let me tell you, JR, you won't see action like this anywhere except on Raw.
That's for sure, King. There's not another brand of sports entertainment out there that can compare with Raw.
Now, if only we could get that through Michael Cole and Taz's heads, then they'd stop running their mouths on Smackdown. Uh-oh! Talk about a hole you don't want to find yourself in.
No kidding! This will rearrange your anatomy. He's got that submission. Can you believe it? He did it! Despite all of Triple H's scheming, the champion has retained the WWE title. And he beat both the #1 contender and the interim GM to do it.
Well, obviously Triple H has been so busy with all his general manager duties that he's gotten a little rusty in the ring. Believe me, I don't think we'd get the same results in a rematch.
And I have no doubt that we'll get to test your theory, King. If I know Triple
Big train rolling down the line makes me lonely. Sometimes I wish to ride away. Sometimes I want to ride away. Big planes flying through the clouds makes me worry. Sometimes I wish to fly away. Sometimes I want to fly away. But you can't judge a book looking out the cover. You can't love someone messing with another. No, you can't win a war fighting with your brother. You wanna have peace, gotta love one another. Big guns lighting up the sky makes me worry. Sometimes I wish to run away. Sometimes I want to run away, but you can't judge a book looking at the cover. You can't love someone messing with another. No, you can't win a war fighting with your brother. You wanna have peace, gotta love one another. On the ground, and maybe in a new life we can turn this thing around. But you can't